Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steph, and today we are continuing our journey in Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, with Papaya Pine, the Black Mage, or well, right now we are Thaumaturge. So our current quest is we have the Thaumaturge. We have to slay a bunch of creatures. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out here where the creatures are, and we're just gonna kill some marmots. We start with fire. So if you don't know, Black Mage is, or Thaumaturge, is a balancing game of your fire and your ice. Your fire does more damage, and your ice restores mana. So you want to sort of balance the two as well as you can. So now we're out of mana, so we switch to ice with transpose. Use ice for a bit. And then get back to full MP. And we transpose again, and now we use fire. We actually don't need to kill this marmot because we already killed 3. But we need to kill these hornets. We hit level 5. Which, we have some accessories, or an accessory, that gives us bonus XP, because I bought Dawn Trail. So we got bonus XP, as long as we are under level 90. So for a long while, we're going to get a bunch of bonus XP. But we got to find the shrews, which should be over here. Use our sprint. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm still thinking how I want to handle it, what I want to do with it. I think maybe explaining what's going on in the story if people are unsure. But for the most part, what I want to do with this series is I want to introduce new people to the game. I want to get people interested in Final Fantasy because I love this game. I would love to introduce more people to it. And just, I don't know. Again, like I said, I love this game. If I can get even one more person playing it, that would be great. And just having the series available for people, I think, is a good start. So if you're new to the game, let me know if I'm waking your interest in Final Fantasy XIV, maybe, or if you're playing along with me, let me know. If I find that fun. Again, we're on Omega, on Chaos, so feel free to hop along and do whatever you so desire, because this game is very open-ended. You can sort of do whatever you want, and I love that about it. Let's take the Aethernet, or the Ethernet, head over to the Thaumaturge Guild, and turn in our quest. And we should actually already get a second quest, because we hit level 5. I think at level 6 we get Thunder. Yeah, so Thunder is our dot, which means damage over time, which we can activate every time we transpose between fire and ice. So we want to keep that up on enemies. So Thaumaturge slash Black Mage is actually kind of a weird class because you get upgrades to your abilities that don't replace them. So say at level 26 we'll get Thunder 2, but we'll still have Thunder 1. So which one do we use? Well, we'll use... Well, Thunder 2 is actually AoE, but Thunder 3 will replace Thunder 1 when we get Black Mage, which we don't have Thunder 3 on our Thaumaturge skill tree. But the weird thing is, we then have to like switch between hotbars in lower level dungeons, because say Fire 3 will replace Fire 1, but we'll actually still use Fire 1 because it procs Fire 3 sometimes. It's a weird class. I'll explain more as we go, but let's talk to Kokabuki, the guildmaster. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished her foes. Papaya, I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial was to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy, an innate quality, the limits of which are bound by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Ether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. Now, I have here a tome that shall serve you as a hunting log. So the hunting log is pretty cool. It helps us level up early, but again, I don't think we'll need it because we have that extra XP. As the name suggests, its pages are to be filled with records of enemies, the enemies you slay. The log also contains the names of such adversaries that will challenge and improve your skills as a Thaumaturge. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your magical might will also swell in response to moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. So we got some raisins and a shield. So we will equip the shield. We still have all this stuff that we have to glam, because it's just basically glam gear. But we can put the raisins on our hotbar for now until we get some eggs or other such stuff. We also get a two-handed staff, so that means we won't need the shield actually, but Guildmaster Kokabuki wishes to draw you further into the abyss of Thaumaturge's secrets. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturge, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned Thaumaturge Zozomaya. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise the exemplary work. I can't read. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, The Threat of Intimacy, falls within Kokobugo's preview. It is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should tell you the wisdom to be uncovered therein. Okay, let's talk to Kokobugo. Yes, Papaya, I've been expecting you. Allow me to read to you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter to Zozomaya's guide. Ahem. The Threat of Intimacy. How magnificent the power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Wait. Waxes fearsome. Interesting phrasing. Fist shatter bone, blade slice through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat, and stand you apart from such men. Ugh, that last part makes me so queasy, no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foe. Apart from the agony of being hit, or stabbed, or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus, the wise Thaumaturge always strikes from afar, the farther the better. Now, let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the Silver Bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for a vulture to swoop in to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafafono. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop, so long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Papaya, we pay him in sorcery-blasted bird flesh. Okay, great. And we got Thunder. Nice. So Thunder will keep on 3. That is where I usually like to keep my Thunder. But we shall go to Sultana Gate. Okay. Gate of the Sultana. We shall complete our quest. Gate of the Sultana. So, it's a bit of a run. But so be it. That's early ARR for you. Oh, you can see this little icon here, the little yellow icon above their name. That means they're part of our hunting log. So if we look at our hunting log, you can see all of this stuff, which will give us XP if we kill them. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but if you are looking for XP, do that. Kill the creatures with a little yellow icon. Also, eating food, you can see it gives bonus XP 3% for 30 minutes. So if we eat a raisin, you can see now we are well fed for 30 minutes. It says 29 minutes, but that's because it doesn't count the seconds on the timer. Yeah. Anyway, so we're heading down to our Thaumaturge quest. Unfortunately, we don't get a mount until later on in the story. I do have a piece of mail to accept, which I'm pretty sure is my bike, which is an account-wide mount that I bought a while ago, which goes to top speeds even in zones where you don't have top speed, which is very nice. If you are considering buying a mount of any kind, that's the one I would recommend is the bike, because the bike is just the best mount in the game, technically. I'm very sick of the bike because I've been riding the bike for the past however many expansions. But alas, I shall be riding the bike once more on this Papaya Pine character. Here's our destination. We'll use the dried fish. There we go. And then we wait at the destination. And then we get a vulture. So now we use fire, which will proc our thunder. So we use thunder, which is a dot, damage over time. Means it'll just slowly take damage for the next 20-ish seconds. And then fire again, and we're done. So then we automatically loot it, and then we want to go down here. Okay. There's no aetherite down here, unfortunately. But we can sprint and get there. So I'm not really used to navigating Thanalan early on. I usually have a mount by the time I run around Thanalan. So this is kind of weird to me. Normally I'd go to like Somerset Farms or whatever, Summerford Farms, and like get the thing there and all that, but no. It's a different experience. I wonder, where's the aetherite here? Up in Horizon. Oh, okay. Yeah. Pray return. You're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up the fee then. Here is some vulture breast. Hehe, there's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Did you say Thaumaturge? Has this mage just completed a guild trial? Ah, Master Alchemist, what brings you to our bazaar this fine evening? The lady here just slew herself a plump vulture. You'd be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by beak and talon. And that's not the sort of flesh I have a taste for, you understand. My brothers, not again. I love a lot of felt emotes. Okay, so we will cast Return. Go back to Ul'dah. Because that's the fastest way to get back there. We get Return every 15 minutes, so might as well make use of it. And then we will head to the Thaumaturge's Guild. And I don't think we get the next quest until 10, or, well, I know we won't. I was wondering more like, are we going to get enough XP to get to 10? And then I looked at our bar and I was like, oh, we're still 6. No. So we'll do the MSQ after this. Welcome back, Papaya. You seem to have done well. Both eyes intact, face appears unshredded. It is truly the most terrible feeling to have one's casting interrupted by heinous injury. It's one of the easier trials if you ask me. Keep well away from pointy, slashy, bashy things if you want to reach the end of an arcane utterance. That's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I simply love the look of loathing leveled at me by distant duelists distressed by my deadly downpour. Bwahahaha. Oh my goodness. Those are tongue twisters. Cringe. We Thaumaturges excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. Our most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they have a chance to respond. Honor is for knights and dead mages. Papaya, your studies appear to be progressing nicely. It won't be long before you dominate the battlefield as an avatar of sorcerer's destruction. Oh, this guy's back. So it's true, Buki. Don't try to hide it from me, Bigo. Are you Bani, or Bezi, or Boha? Kokobusi? What are you doing here? You promised! You promised you would teach me next! Well, yes, of course we did, Boosie, but Papaya here was most insistent. And once again you brush me aside in the hope that I abandon my heart's desire. Why do you deny me? I hate you, all of you. Please, Boosie, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Bigo is. That was Kokobusi, our youngest brother. He so dearly wishes to become a Thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's etheric levels are pitifully low. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist Guild, but he yet yearns to walk the path of Thaumaturgy. Such is Kokobusi's determination, that he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking a method by which he can expand his capability or his capacity for arcane manipulation. Well, this is obviously not your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young Thaumaturge. And I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. Okay. So now we get to choose. I think we shall choose the hat, because that is the best thing here. So we shall equip the hat. Nice. And equip the bone staff. Very nice. So now we have a bone staff. Cool. So we can't accept the next quest. You can see over here it's red, because we need to be level 10. So we will go... back to the Adventurers Guild and accept the next main story quest. So let's do a sprint. Let's see. Adventurers Guild. And see Momodi, I think her name was. Momodi, there we go. Quicksand Proprietress. Momodi of the Quicksand wants to introduce you to a certain someone at the Old Da Dispatch Yard. Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Old Da then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Old Da are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and he you. Name of Apapashan. You'll find him over at the Old Da Dispatch Yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall. You see the Gate of Knowledge staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it before long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though. More than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack you if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared to warn you. Alright. So out we go. This door. That door leads to another area. You want to go out here through the Gate of Nald. And then, let's see, how far do we have to go? Oh, not very far. Okay, it's over here at the dispatch yard. Dispatch. So again, there's plenty of another Thaumaturge. There's plenty of mobs around that we could kill for our hunting log, but that's something I'll probably do off camera in my own time if I do it. We'll see how quickly we level up here. But in my experience, we level up pretty quickly. But here's Papashan, another little Lalafell. Let's see what he has to say. Well, you certainly look the part of an adventurer, my friend. Might you be the good soul Momodi advised me to expect, I am Papashan, station master of this humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. I am truly no more than a tired old Lalafell passing his final years in quiet and solitude. 12, no, there have been plenty of both these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Yet now true old dons work together, doing all in our power to rebuild what was laid to ruin. By the sweat of our brows and the love of our home, we have rebuilt Old Da to the grandeur and majesty that you see today. The railways which run through this dispatch yard too were born of the noble efforts of a great many souls. But there's still work to be done. The wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain, and there are places yet wanting for relief and restoration. Ul'dah needs the aid of you and your brethren, friend. In fact, never has our need been more dire. Which brings me to the point, I suppose. I do believe I may have some work suited to one of your ability. Okay. So, I don't know if these are an upgrade for us. They are. Gives plus intelligence and mind. So we'll take the pants, or the boots, or whatever. Oh, they're boots. Okay. So were they actually an upgrade? Yes. Okay. So it doesn't look like an upgrade because it's the same defense, but you want to look at the bonuses at the bottom. The bonuses are important. Roll actions. Oh, we got Adel. So I'll put Adel on shift 1. That's where I like to keep it. And we'll talk to Papa Shan again, who has nothing to see here. Station Master Papa Shan has a simple task for a fledgling adventurer. Since you've come all this way, perhaps you can perform an errand for me. It just so happens a number of sentries have been sent to guard the area. Pardon me, had to yawn there. A dispatch to the dispatch yard, as it were. They have long been away from the shade and featherbeds of the city. Hot days and cold nights can play hells on the mind and body out there. It isn't much, but go give them these twilight pretzels, would you? I find comfort food always helps when I feel like killing myself. Excuse me? What the heck? Okay, well, right. So, looks like there's one up there, one over there, and one down there. Okay. So we will head up here, talk to the serious Sultan Sworn. Halt, madam. I'm going to have to ask you to put the pretzel on the ground and place your hands above your head. You can just have it. State your name and business. A twilight pretzel from Papa Shan? By the gods, forgive me. You could say this new post has my nerves in a twist. I'm terribly sorry for that. Yes, well, you may rest assured that the dispatch yard is safe as so long as I stand watch. Please give Papa Shan my thanks and tell him that I only wish I could repay the favor. Okay, so we will head to this one over here, I guess. Might as well. Use our sprint. There should be another guard right around here. Servile Sultan Sworn. 12 saved me. Scorching days, freezing nights. This post will be the end of me. Well, I have for you a twilight pretzel. Traditional Dunesfolk bread twisted into the shape of a knot and sprinkled generously with coarse ground salt before being baked into a perfect brown, resembling twilight over Hydaelyn. Ooh, I'd go for a pretzel. Twilight pretzel? Don't mind if I do. Ah, now that's refreshing. That's a refreshing goddamn pretzel. I feel reborn. Okay, well. And we will head southeast to the last one. Should be right over here. Pop our sprint. Again, we can pop every minute. Last 20 seconds. Ish. 18, 19 seconds. I don't know. How long does it last? 10 seconds, 20 seconds when non-combat. Okay, yeah. So, every 40 seconds, we can sprint again, I guess. Is the math? Right? Math? Alright. Western front, clear. Eastern front, clear. Twilight pretzel, clear. For me? From Papa Shan? A twilight pretzel. My favorite. How did he know? Can't fight on an empty stomach now, can I? Actually, I can't fight on any stomach. I suppose you could say I have no stomach for fighting. Okay. Good for you. And back to Papa Shan we go. Now again, we do get a mount later on. It doesn't take too long. It's not like you got to get to like level 40 or something to get a mount. It's around level 20. But it's 20 of the story, not 20 of being level 20, so you do have to do some story stuff first. You've returned, and with a deal fewer pretzels, I see. Tell me, how fair are Sultan's sworn sentries? Did they have anything to report? Anything at all? What? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh. Oh dear. Take this for your troubles then, and stay a moment. There's more I would ask of you. We will take the money, because we already have the bone staff. And then talk to Papa Sean again. Papaya, I have just this moment. No, the time for concealment is past. Wait, what? The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news, which is the real reason I sent you to meet those Sultan Sworn. Okay. A young noblewoman from a prestigious family has run away from home, and I've been ordered to see to her safe return. The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. That cannot happen, Papaya. It must not. I need you to help me find her. Okay. Praise the 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thanalan is vast and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lilora. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan Tree. Good luck. Okay. We can do that. Sure. So, let's see. Down by the Spineless Basin. Okay. So off we go. So I've also been thinking about what I want to do with classes. Because there are a few classes, you know, there's a lot, and you can switch between them at will whenever you want, as long as you have them unlocked. I'm thinking at 50, I might go Red Mage. But until then, I think we stick Thaumaturge, because that's what we started with. That's what I want to play with right now, but I've been very intrigued by Red Mage since I learned how to play it, and I think I wanna play that for a bit. So we might switch to Red Mage at 50. But here is the hooded Lalafell that we're searching for. Oh, Sultan Tree. Big tree. You're about to enter an instance battle. Yes, okay. This basically means we're going into a solo instance where we have to fight. So let's proceed.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear. Show yourself.
I'm right here. Oh, hello.
As you command, O Lilira. Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one that Papa Sean mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person.
Oh dear. Okay.
Alas, the station master will have to wait.
That's a bit
Dear
random.
Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way. As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, The voice cast for most of the characters changes between expansions in Heavensward. I think it's in Heavensward. Um, so if you don't like the voice acting now, give it a chance, stick with it, it gets better. Of course, this handsome stranger, as he is so called, is voiced by Taliesin Jaffe, which is interesting. There's a few Critical Role members in the cast, and I find it quite entertaining. But I think the directing wasn't great, so in general, the voice acting quality was slightly lower because they weren't directed very well. I think is the case, because I know they can do better. It's just, unfortunately, it was not well done. Stay close if you want me to heal you. I have not moved an inch, sir. So let's get rid of this. And we hit level 8. Or 9? We sync to 8, so I think we hit level 9. This Blanca is almost done. One more hit. There we go. Good job, handsome stranger. Duty complete. Nice.
Whew.
What have we here?
Hear, feel, think. Crystal Bearer. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. And shine thy light on all creation.
Wow.
Ah, coming around now.
Would you mind telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream? No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt. Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness. I suspect we shall meet again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
All right. So, yeah, we hit level 9. Turning in this quest, we might even hit level 10. I don't know. How much XP does it give? 1400. Okay, we won't, but I can dream. Maybe next episode we'll be able to do the next Thaumaturge quest at 10. Maybe. Let's head back to Papashan. Turn in our quest. So we found the young Lalafell woman who is sitting right here talking to some other Lalafell. Okay. Thank the gods you've returned. You had us all so worried. You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured, or worse. Why, Her Grace the Sultana would be besides herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I've already given you cause to weep, Papashan, you and the people of Ul'dah. Please, you're not to say such things. We will find it, I swear to you. It is not my place to make demands, my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way. I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papa Sean. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in future. I cannot thank you enough, Papaya. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lilira from voids and fiends. For your gallant service, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder? I see you met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the ether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. As for you, Papaya, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show the same kindness to the people of Thanalan as you did to us today. Okay, there we go. Now, where are we going? Oh, over here. Speaking with Sissidoa? Tikidoa? Kikidoa? Needs a reliable adventurer to deliver a gift to the coffer and coffin. You're an adventurer, yes? If you're not otherwise occupied, I have a favor to ask. I've resolved to repay a debt of gratitude which I owe to the owner of the coffer and coffin. For this purpose, I've purchased the Royal Plantations, a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a particularly popular piece of produce. Yoshi P, how dare you make me read that sentence? Alas, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines for which I wait is late. I would prevail upon you to pick up the pumpkin in my stead and see it safely to the coffer and coffin. Present this receipt of purchase to Gagari at the Royal Plantations, and she will yield it to you. I apologize for asking you to attend to this time-consuming task, but I truly appreciate your assistance. Okay. Should be just up here. Gagari. If Sissidoa doesn't come calling soon, this spectacular specimen shall sadly be past its prime. Have a receipt. Oh, so you're to deliver this decadent delight? I can say with confidence that any gourmand would be grateful for such a grand gift. Here is the pumpkin. I hope it meets with Roger's approval. Fresh produce is somewhat scarce in these parts, and as such, we are always deluged with demand. You know the way to the coffer and coffin, correct? It is beyond the bridge to the northwest. Look for a place where local laborers lounge. Okay. Right. Off we go. I think we'll head up to Blackbrush Station, actually, and attune to the Aether right there, because we are in the area anyway. So, we might as well. So our raisins ran out, but we are running late, so I think we shall wait to consume more raisins until next time. I'm just going to head up to Blackbrush Station, and we're going to end the episode there. Actually, we might as well end here. I'll run to Blackbrush Station between episodes. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and a comment down below. It really helps the channel grow. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your time, and I'll see you next. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your time. No, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.